Hey everyone. You know all those audio files you've got? Interviews, lectures, maybe even just team meetings. They're packed with gold, but it's all locked away. Well, today, we're going to show you how to bust it open. We're talking about turning your spoken words into actual, valuable content you can use. So let's dive in.
Does this look familiar? If you're a content creator, a student, or really any kind of professional, I bet it does. You've got hours and hours of recordings, just full of amazing ideas, but they're just sitting there, right? Trapped inside some audio or video file on your hard drive?
And let's be real, we all know why they stay locked away. It's because doing it all by hand is just a massive time suck. You know, that mind-numbing process of typing out every single word and then trying to figure out what the important parts are? It's a huge, huge bottleneck.
And that brings us to what we call the content overload problem. It's not that you don't have great ideas, you totally do. The problem is finding the time and, frankly, the energy to get them out.
Okay, so just to put this into perspective, think about 1 hour of audio. Just one. For a professional transcriber, that's 4 to 5 hours of work. 4 to 5. And for the rest of us, it's way longer. You're looking at half a workday, maybe more, just for a single file. Insane, right?
So what if you could just not do that? What if you could hand off all that heavy lifting to someone or something else? Imagine having an AI assistant that's ready to jump in and do all that tedious work for you. Well, that's exactly where tools like Voicepen AI come in.
Yeah, the easiest way to wrap your head around it is to just picture this. You've got this super smart assistant, right? And they have perfect hearing and can type like unbelievably fast. You just give it your audio and it listens and takes perfect, super organized notes for you. That's basically it. The whole thing is kind of like a two-step magic trick. So first, you have transcription. That's where it turns all your audio into plain old text. Pretty cool. But here's where it gets really good. It doesn't just stop there. It takes that text and then, bam, it automatically creates summaries, social media posts, blog articles, you name it. Okay, so you might be thinking, is this actually for me? Well, let's talk about that. Chances are, yeah, it probably is. Let's break down who's really getting the most out of this. Honestly, the list is huge. If you're a podcaster or a YouTuber, you get instant show notes. Done. If you're a student, you can turn a whole lecture into a study guide you can actually search through. For business folks, imagine pulling action items right out of a meeting recording. And for journalists, transcribing an interview in minutes instead of hours? That's a game changer. Basically, if you work with spoken words in any way, this is for you.
All right, so how does it actually work? You're probably thinking it's got to be some complicated tech thing, right? Nope, it's actually super simple. Let's walk through it.
It really is just 5 simple steps. You sign up, you upload your file, you pick a couple of quick options like what language it's in, and then you just let the AI do its thing. Seriously, you can go grab a coffee, and by the time you're back, you'll have a whole bunch of ready-to-go content.
Okay, but here's the last step, and it's a super important one. Review and export. Look, the AI is amazing, but it's not a mind reader, and it's not perfect. Taking just a minute to proofread it yourself, to catch any little mistakes or adjust the tone, that's what takes your content from good to absolutely perfect.
And speaking of getting perfect results, there are actually a few really simple things you can do on your end to help the AI out and get the best output possible.
So here are a few pro tips. First and foremost, good audio in, good results out. The cleaner your recording, the better the transcript will be. Also, try to speak clearly. Mumbling is the AI's enemy. And hey, if you're just starting, maybe try a short file first, just to get a feel for it. Oh, and here's a quick one. Take a second to correct the speaker names. Changing speaker 1 to Sarah makes everything a million times easier to read later on.
Seriously, if you only remember one thing from this whole section, let it be this. Good audio is everything. The AI is incredibly smart, but it's not a magician. It can't magically fix a recording with a ton of background noise. The clearer your audio, the better your result. End of story.
All right, let's zoom out for a second and think about the big picture. Because this is about way more than just saving a few hours of typing. This is about totally changing the way you think about and create content.
When you boil it all down, it comes to this. You save time and you create more. It's that simple. You're taking back all those hours you used to spend on boring manual tasks, and you're pouring that time back into what you do best, creating more. More posts, more videos, more everything. You're squeezing every last drop of value out of your original recordings.
Just look at how your day changes.
That slice of the pie for manual transcription becomes tiny, almost nothing. And that huge chunk of time you just got back, that's your new creative fuel. That's time for brainstorming new ideas, for thinking about strategy, for doing the fun stuff that actually moves the needle.
So really, it all leads to one final question, and this one's for you. When you get all those hours back in your day, what are you going to create?